that they be allowed to watch it here in the courtroom without anyone else present, because they want to be able to go back and forth over certain sections. Now, problem logistically that it seems to me that presents is being able to operate that system that would play that video for them, and someone is going to have to be able to operate the system. The only other way of doing it would be there is a big screen TV in their jury room, and a computer could be hooked up to it, I assume, and would allow them to operate it there. But typically, when someone wants to watch a video of an exhibit, it would be brought back into the courtroom, and they would watch it here. So, but it is a part of their deliberations, and I think they want to ask questions of each other or discuss it outside the presence of others as a part of their deliberations. So the question that arises, who are we going to get to operate that? I can bring them out and ask them if there's one of them that would be tech savvy enough to be able to operate it if we set it up and queue it up to allow them to do what they need to do. Does anyone have any suggestions or ways other than that? The only other option would be to have someone stay here and have that one person stay in the room to operate the system for them. Clearly, Mr. Etheridge, being a part of the prosecution team, would not be the logical choice. I don't presume to be tech savvy enough to be able to do it, and the only other person that would leave would be Miss Fry or one of the court staff to do it.
Judge, I'd just like to have a few minutes to get on Westlaw. I just want to make sure there's nothing improper about that.
I'd be glad to let you have a few minutes to get on it and look at. My belief is that they have the right to come back in and to watch any.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's always been done. Right, it's always been done in the presence of the parties, and if there's an objection to it, then I will be glad to just explain to them that in the face of an objection, absent some authority to indicate that is permissible, I don't believe that the law allows them to just view this in private rather than in.
I have an issue with the computers.
Pardon?
Because the computers they contain things the jury does not need to see.
Well, and that's the problem is.
If one of them was tech savvy enough to be able to operate it, I wouldn't want them to have.
Well, that was my concern about setting it up back there. They may be able to access the internet for all we know. So, well, in view of that, and in view of the issues, why don't we bring them in and let me explain to them that if they want to watch the video, they can do so, but under the law, it would have to be viewed here in the courtroom, and that the parties have a right to be present while it's being viewed. All right. Anything else then before we bring the jury back? Let's bring the jury in, please.
Judge, this is the 2 hour or more video.
Just hold on to it. I'm going to explain to them what the situation is, and we'll see whether or not that changes what they want to do.
Judge, tell me if you want. He has a question.
Let me know what you want me to do in this situation.
Well, right now, you can film it because it's a question of the jury, but do not film the jury. So.
Of course not.
Come right in. All right. Do I have everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4. Having empty seats messes me up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 12. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I was informed by the clerk that you have requested to be able to watch the video of Mr. Daniels, the so-called confession video, if that's what we want to term it, but you would like to watch it in the courtroom and in private without having parties. Let me explain to you that the law, as I understand it, allows you to come back in and to watch any video that you want to, or to see any video exhibit that you wish to do so. And the problem is that we cannot allow you to come in and be unsupervised in watching such a video because of the fact that to do so involves electronic equipment that could typically be used beyond watching the video. I know you well enough to know that would not happen, but for the record, I have to protect the rights of both the state and the defendant. So if you want to watch a portion of that video, you can request to do so, and we will play it. Both sides have a right to be present during the playing of that video, but they would not be able, to be present when you're discussing it. So what we would have to do would be allow you to watch the video, and then at that point you can return, discuss it. If you need to see other portions of it, then you would have to come back in, and we can do it that way. And we'll cooperate however it needs to be done. Is there a particular section of that? Yes, ma'am.
Can we have the four-person request where we want it fast forward?
You can have the four-person request if you wish to fast forward it to a particular point. What I would suggest that we do is this: let you return to the jury room and let you discuss it and see if that's going to be acceptable to all of you. And then if it is, if you have a particular portion of that video and you can tell us what that is in writing by the foreman, or have the foreman or forelady tell us what section you want to watch. It's a 2.5-hour video. If you want to watch a particular section, then we will cue that up and we'll play that for you, and then you can come back. Yes, sir.
So we were hoping to have a discussion amongst ourselves, we'd be able to stop the video and discuss the subject.
And that's what I'm telling you. You can tell us to stop the video. You can then return. As cumbersome as this seems to be, and that's why I apologize for this, this is all about preserving the sanctity of both your right to discuss in private and to have a discussion and to view the evidence, but also to protect the sanctity of the evidence itself and make sure there's not more that's being exhibited than what was supposed to be. So what we've got, and then who are we going to get? We're not this gentleman right here, as nice as he looks, is part of the prosecution team. So anybody else that could operate it would be someone else that's in the middle of your your discussions that would not be a part of the jury. So I thought about trying to let one of you, I'm sure some of you could probably operate this machine, but I'm of the opinion that that would allow you to have access to a computer that would have more capability than just simply playing that, and that therein lies the problem. So what we will do is what I'm suggesting to you is that we let you designate where you want to watch it. Then you can go back across the way, and we will wait on you to let us know if you, after you've discussed that section, if you want to come back and watch more of it or watch it again. Why don't we do this so that you're not discussing the matter in front of all of the people? Let's go across and let you all discuss it, and then if you will, just let us know, even in writing, what exactly you want to see, and then we will queue it up, and then we'll bring you back, all right? Did anyone really ever think this was going to be this simple? So, all right, we will, let's wait. We'll take a short recess and let them see if they come to an agreement on what section they want to watch, and then I would suggest, Mr. Etheridge, you have it queued up, then we'll fast forward it to whatever section they want. I don't know if you have a breakdown of when they tell me what they want to see, will it be difficult for you to fast forward to that section?
That's right, I have it up already.
And for the record, it's exhibit 163.
163. So for the record, what they're requesting to watch is exhibit 163. So we will take a short recess and hopefully be back to allow them to resolve this issue. No, I appreciate you standing up.
All rise. This court is recessed.
So is Mr. Turnbow going to work on that then, Mr. Lockhart?
Mr. Edwards is working on it, I believe. You went to ask Mr. Turnbow and Mr. Crouch if they were okay with that idea.
So do I understand now that there's been a method discovered that you can put it on a thumb drive and provide it to them and clear the courtroom and someone can operate it?
Memory stick.
Is that correct? Well,
Mr. Etheridge is the one who explained it.
perhaps I misunderstood. I understood that it was something that parties had discussed.
I'm waiting back there for them to decide what they want to do.
All right. Well, then we'll take another recess and we'll just let the jury tell us how they wish to proceed.
I just wanted the court to know that option apparently is available.
All rise. This court is in recess.
Put that on the list of expenses.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have located the section that you had requested to watch on the video, and we're going to play that section for you and followed by the second section. I would just urge you and remind you that your deliberations must be confidential and secret, so any discussions you may have need to be done out in the jury room outside the presence of all of the parties, all right? With that, then, we are ready to play. This will be pages 86 through 138 of the transcript. Mr. Etheridge.
All right, but there's no doubt that you know we're going to go with that now.
I don't know where he's at.
Well, so listen to me. They've done a lot of phone stuff and phone records since today and the last couple of days. And there's no doubt somebody's phone went somewhere during that night, okay? And I don't know if it was an accident. Either you or Crystal hurt little Joe or somebody else did, but there's no doubt that something happened to little Joe. And I don't know exactly what, but you do, Joe.
I do not.
Yes, you do. You know where he's at. You know where he's at now, okay? Whether, I don't know, I hope to God that he's still alive. But Joe, help us do this for little Joe. You know, there's no doubt whatsoever, you know where he's at now.
I don't know where he's
Yes,
at.
you do, Joe. Okay, there's hundreds of people out there looking for him.
I don't know where he's at. I really don't. I really don't.
Well, and you said you kind of let it slip in the beginning that you didn't mean for this to happen.
I didn't know this was going to happen. Like, I seriously did not know that this was going to happen because I woke up that night at 11:30 and he peed in the floor. And then we put him back to bed. And well, I put him back to bed. I went back to sleep. I didn't go anywhere else. I didn't go anywhere else that night. So there's,
I believe you when you saying that about little Joe And I do, I believe that. But it's the stuff after that that I just can't believe. And the reason is, for me to believe that, that means, for you to tell me that, I think you're a better person, okay, than the person that would just say, I don't know what happened after that. Because there are certain things that you've left out of what you told us. But let me preface that and say before that, I'm talking about an accident. I don't know if it, like Ronnie said, I don't know if it was an accident. But what I do know, okay, is that you know what happened. Now, what that leads me to then do is to figure out, well, what do I think? And there's really only two thoughts I have on this, two ways I can go, is that something happened with Joe, little Joe. And I'm pretty certain that's him peeing. And I think things probably got out of control. Things you may have lashed out, you may have not. Maybe you didn't realize what all was going on, but you ended up getting into a situation where you had a kind of a lapse of judgment, right? And you next thing you know, you're in a situation where your emotions have taken over and taken control, and you end up hurting little Joe. The other side of this is that you're and this is more of a predatorial person who is seeking out to inflict pain on children. I don't think that's you.
No.
I don't see you as that person, and I never have. I don't want to believe that that's you. But when you leave stuff out and you don't tell me exactly what happened to him, and you're not honest about it.
I'm being honest.
Joe, but when you're not being honest about what happened throughout that night and you're leaving stuff out, I have to kind of, that leaves it up to me to choose which one of these I see you and believe in that. And I don't want to believe that you're that predator, but when you don't tell me what happened, I don't really have a choice. And when other people are going to look in and see from the outside, they're not going to hear your side of the story. They're going to have to choose for themselves. And most of the time, people jump to the worst conclusions, and that's what they're going to go to. They're going to go to this guy who, whether it was little Joe or somebody else, they just want to, that person is supposed to inflict pain on children. And I deal with those people all the time. And I see them all the time. I don't see you as that person. I don't want to believe you're that person. What I think is there was a lapse of judgment. There was emotions took control, right? And the situation got out of hand, and you ended up in this, almost this situation where this, little Joe, you end up hurting little Joe. And then you guys, maybe you panic. Maybe, I want you to tell me first off, are you that predator?
No.
Are you that person that just looks to try and inflict pain on children?
No.
So what happened, really? What happened that night, that morning?
Okay, I want to tell you exactly what happened, okay?
I want this to be the truth.
And this is,
I don't want it to be the same stuff you've been saying before.
Okay.
I want it to be the truth.
I got woke up about 11:30 that night, and he peed in the floor. I went into the bedroom, I saw the pee in the floor, the bathroom light was on. So I said, just go ahead and just go back to sleep. And he laid back and went back in the bed, went down. I went back to the bedroom and went back to sleep. And sometime during the night, Crystal got up and she went out and checked on him. And then she went back to sleep. I woke up at 5:30, and then...
See, that's when you've left stuff out, all right? And you've just done it again, okay? You've left things out. And this is the situation. Now we're kind of getting in the situation where, we're giving you that opportunity to tell us the truth.
I know.
And you keep going back to where you are, and we're taking a step backwards, and we're trying to move forward. We're trying to bring closure to everybody, all right? Not just you guys, the two of you, but your family, the other kids,
Right.
right? Little Joe's siblings. We're trying to bring closure to all of them. And the only way we can do that is by having the truth. And every time we start taking these steps backwards, we know you're leaving stuff out and you're omitting things.
I'm not.
We know you are, okay?
I'm not.
I want you to tell me what it is that's being left out.
There's nothing
Is it
being
about
left
you
out.
or is it about Crystal?
There's nothing being left out.
There is, Joe. There is.
I would like to know what it is.
And this is, this is not just, we're not waking up one day saying, hey, let's see if, we can figure this out. This is what we do for a living. This is what we've done for a long time. We've got to overcome those. And until we do that, we can't move forward until we overcome these issues and the issues of you telling us the whole truth and not just omitting things. Because there's a big difference between telling the full truth. Now, and I don't know if anybody's explained to you what lying is. There's what everybody thinks about lying, right? Everybody thinks of changing the facts. Saying lying, saying the color of this wall is yellow.
Right, which is fine.
Right, exactly. That's changing the facts.
Right.
There's also another version of lying, which is called omitting things. That's lying as well, right? If I walk into this room and trip over a cord and I say, well, I walked in the room and then I sat down, well, that's lying too because I know I've left that out. And that's what I think is happening here. I don't think you're changing the facts, but I'm pretty certain that you're leaving stuff out. And so we've got to get past this. Okay, we're kind of already there, right? We've moved ahead. We know this stuff has been left out. We need to get you to that realization that where we are, and that means you telling us the whole truth, and not just the little bits and pieces that you think. Well, if I give them that, they'll think I'm telling them the truth. We want the entire truth. That's what we're not getting at this point.
That's what I'm giving you.
But you're not. You can say you are, but you're not. At the end of the day, you're not. And again, for me to think that for you to tell me that you're not giving me, or that you're giving me the truth, for me to believe that, kind of makes me feel that you think I'm that gullible that I'm going to believe that. And the other side of this, though, that I really want you to understand is that everything up to this point doesn't matter, right? Clean slate. You tell us the truth now, and no one's going to go back, right?
Okay. I remember one thing. Okay. I do remember one thing, but I don't. Why? I don't know what happened. Okay. I got up. Like I said before, the 11:30, right? I got up about 11:30, and I went to the bedroom after Alice woke me up.
Who's that?
Technically, it's my stepmom in my dad's bedroom, because that's where they were sleeping at. He had peed on the floor. The bathroom light was on. And I just told him to lay back down in the bed. And then after that, I went to bed. At 2:30, I felt somebody my wife get back in the bed, and the TV was on. I woke up at 5:30. Hit the snooze a few times. Then I realized that he was gone. After I got his clothes out, I went to the bedroom.
We're getting closer.
I went to the bedroom, their bedroom, got their clothes, went into the living room, sat on the coffee table, went into their bedroom, and he was gone.
See, so we're closer, but we're not quite there, Joe.
I didn't do anything to Joe.
We're not quite there. There's a lot that's being left out.
I didn't do anything to Joe.
The
I'm
very
telling you.
important stuff is left out.
Well, did Crystal do something to her?
I don't know. like, my parents have always had this fear that she would do something to him.
Why is that?
Just the way that she, that way that they, just the thing that she's done, apparently, I haven't seen most of it, the way, she treats him, apparently, and the way that she does things to him and stuff like that, so I know what I'm saying. I don't know.
Yes, you do, Joe. Okay, we gotta get past this, okay?
If I knew.
Crystal has told you, or you helped her carry, or something. One of y'all's phone left that house in the middle of the night and went somewhere, and we got a pretty good idea where.
And Joe, and I'm just saying that, we're not telling you everything, that's just a little bit that we're telling you. There's a lot of stuff, okay?
So.
That I'm not gonna say, okay, that, because I'm not gonna tell you the things that we already know, because they're things that you already know. So what I need, okay, we're a little bit closer. You told me that you didn't just go to sleep, right? You remember something else. Somebody got in bed, the TV was on. All right, when little Joe peed, you went into that room, okay? Right?
Right.
You went into the room, the bathroom light was on.
Right.
You told him to get back in bed. I want to know what really happened then. That's what I want to know.
I didn't beat him.
What really happened.
I did not.
Who else was there in that room with you?
Alex.
Who was Alex?
Alex is Crystal's son, my stepson.
Okay. So here's the thing. There's a lot of things that aren't matching up. There's a lot of things, the reasons that we're asking you some of these questions are prompted by other stuff. Okay? I'm not going to tell you what those are, because this is your opportunity. This is your opportunity to tell me 100% truth about that night. What I need answers for is all the other stuff. The other stuff that we found that is leading us to ask you these questions, that is putting us in this situation, and that is the reason that I'm talking to you now. I need the answers to those questions. And those questions, the big question mark is what really happened that night. And that's what you're not being honest with us about. You're not being honest from the time that you peed to the time that you say you realized he was gone. They're not getting 100% honesty.
I'm telling you.
But you're not, okay? And again, when you keep telling me that, and it's kind of a little offensive to me.
I just want to bow.
Listen, Joe. One thing, there is no way that we should find that hold something that will unlock that lock, okay? He didn't do that.
This is the chance, okay? I know you want to make all this right. I know you do. I see that in you. I see that you're a good person.
We know that you're
I see that you're a good person. But you have to continue to tell us. You have to tell us the truth.
I don't know if someone let him out.
I'm not concerned about letting him out. I want to know the whole story.
I'm telling you what I know, what I saw when I was there.
I want you to tell me everything you did, everything you saw, because you're not. I've seen, okay?
I'm telling you everything.
That's not the truth, Joe. It's not the truth. And you can say it over and over and over, and it doesn't make it the truth. You know what the truth is, okay? I need to know exactly what happened that night. I need to know what happened between you and Joe, you and little Joe, and what you saw. I'm not going to think anything of you. I think you're a good person. I see that in you. I want you to be that good person. And I want you to tell me the truth. I want you to be the good person that I see in you. The only way to be that good person is to make it right here, right now. Okay? Clean slate. Clean slate. Blank slate. We can start all over. But I can't do that unless you tell me the truth. I need you to tell me the truth. what actually happened.
I don't know.
Truly, but you do know. You do know. I know you know, I know you know.
Devil's fine with Joe.
I don't know where he's at.
Yes, you do, Joe.
I do not.
We know you love him, and if you love him, you
I
tell
don't
us.
know where he's at,
Yes,
okay?
yes, you do.
No, I don't.
There's not, Joe, again, you keep saying that to me, and it's like, you think I'm gonna suddenly just believe it all of a sudden, and just dismiss everything else that I know in this, okay? That's not gonna happen. Okay, I'm not just gonna all of a sudden say, okay, you can't go back and change things. As much as I think you probably would want to. I think you would probably do it, I know you would do things differently. I know you would.
I want to tell you right now, okay? My fear, okay, was that something like this would happen, okay? That he would escape,
Okay,
okay? Now, when I know they got the lock, and they probably ran the prints on it. So, which, I don't know, I probably found the key, but I didn't know where the padlock was. I moved the key a little bit, but I did not let him escape the house.
I'm not here because someone escaped the house.
I'm trying to find a boy.
I'm here to find the truth of what happened to that boy. The searchers are out there to find the boy. I'm here to get the truth of what happened to little Joe.
Which phone was the one that left the house?
I'm here to get the truth of what happened to little Joe. I'm not answering questions. I'm not giving you the answers. I'm not putting things in your head. I'm not going to tell you what it is that I know and what I don't know because you already know the answers to those questions. You already know.
I told you the truth.
Again.
What happened
But
is
you
the
have,
truth.
but you have not, Joe.
Yes, I have.
But you have not. There's a lot of stuff you have not told us. And we cannot go forward.
I did not.
Again, now we're taking those steps back, okay? We're taking those steps back. And the longer we sit here and take those steps back, the longer it's gonna be before we get closure and find little Joe and start healing. That's, when I say closure, that's what we want to do. Everybody just needs to start healing.
Right.
And in order to do that, the only thing that can start that process is being completely truthful.
Now, I take medicine for my bipolar disorder. So
Okay.
tell me some relevant information,
All
okay?
right, tell me.
Okay. I take that medicine usually an hour before I go to bed. I took it about 9 o'clock at night, because my goal was to be to bed at 10. Get them up at 5:30 and get them on the bus at 6:25, 6 o'clock, something like that. 11:32, I believe, 11:30, somewhere between 11:30 and 11:40, I got woken up by Alex. Alex told me that Joe had peed on the floor. I went in there and I told Alex, don't worry about it, we'll just put it back.
See, those weren't the words that you used. That's not what you told Alex.
I told him not to worry about it.
I mean, the truth.
I told him not to worry about it.
No, tell me the truth. Tell me exactly what you told Alex.
To go back to bed.
Tell me the exact words that you used. You know
It's hard for me to remember because of the medication that I take.
But you remember. You do. I know you do.
I told him,
I do understand some of that medication, okay? And I know that it might affect your memory. And I know those were not to that degree. I know that those were not the words that you used. And I know that you know what those are. And let's start there. Let that be the baby step. Okay? Let's let you tell me that.
I went in there. And trying to remember exactly, but I'm gonna tell you, okay, the truth.
Please do. Please do.
Okay, went into the bedroom, I didn't spank him. I didn't whip him, beat him, or anything like that. I told him that, to get back in the bed.
You're not gonna offend me with words. I need to hear the exact words.
Okay, I
I
told
need to
him,
hear exactly what you said.
I know, I didn't,
Replay right now as if you're acting it all out.
I told him to get his butt back in the bed.
What else did you say?
And I said, don't worry about the pee. I told Alex not to worry about the pee.
What else did you do?
I walked out of the room after they jumped back in the bed.
And then what?
I went back to bed.
Tell me exactly what happened.
I was telling you what happened.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling you, okay, is the truth. Okay? I know you're looking at me,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And I understand that you're trying to find somebody.
That's not.
I'm trying to get the answers to what happened to him.
I'm here for truth. And if someone else did something to him, I'd be here talking to him just like you, because I would know that. But Joe, I'm not. Okay? I'm here talking to you.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I did not leave the house until 5:30. I did not take him anywhere. I did not do anything like
What
that.
did you, but you, I say again, you're leaving out what you did, Joe.
I did not feed Joe. I did not hurt Joe.
What did you do to Joe?
I may have raised my voice out.
That's not how he ended up here. That's not how he ended up in this situation, by you raising your voice.
I did not beat
I need to
Joe.
know exactly what happened to Joe.
I did not beat Joe.
Was it an accident?
No,
Joe,
no,
was it an accident?
I did not
Did
beat
you say
him.
you intentionally did it? It
No.
wasn't an accident.
I did not beat him. I
Joe,
did not touch him.
Joe, if you didn't accidentally do it, then it was intentional.
I did not whip him.
Did you did you set out that day to do this to Joe?
No,
I don't think you did. I agree. What did you do to Joe?
I didn't do anything to Joe. I did not scream at him.
You did. You just told
I
me earlier you raised your voice.
raised my voice, but I didn't scream at Joe.
So what else?
I did not.
What happened?
I didn't beat him. I didn't hit him. I didn't slap him. I didn't spank him.
Where was Crystal?
She was in bed.
Joe? We're not going anywhere. The two of us, me and Robin, okay? We're not going anywhere. We're not going to just stop. We're going to keep pushing for the answers. We're going to keep going for them, and that's what we do. We don't stop. We don't give up. And I can't just. I don't believe it. And the reason for that is it's not just because I'm saying, hey, I don't think Joe would being honest. There's some certainty to what I'm saying. And it's almost like it's a snowball that starts going down a hill. And that snowball starts real small, right?
Yeah.
And that snowball small and it's rolling slow. And the more it goes down that hill, it starts picking up snow and it starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And when the snowball's small, you can pick it up and stop it and step on it, smush it, do whatever you want to stop it. But once that snowball starts getting big and it gets out of control, you can't stop it. That's where we are. Okay? this has gotten out of your control. And it has gotten to the point where it feels like you can't stop it. But I'm here to tell you right now that I can just make the snowball go away completely, and we can start over from scratch
Okay,
with 100% truth.
right.
And that's what we're trying to do. But if you keep telling me dishonest things that are not true, and you continue to jump over
Okay.
parts and pieces,
Went to bed 2:30, 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I thought it was 10 o'clock. Got out of bed at 11:32. Because we have the clock at 11:32. I went in, Alex had come into the room, screaming, Joe has peed before. So I got up and said, okay. I went in there to the bedroom. He was standing. There was peeing before. He had peed before.
all the stuff that you're thinking of right now, that's what I need you to tell me.
Right, that's what I'm trying to, okay? I'm trying to remember what I said. I told
And that's, let me just, because I have a concern with that. When you tell me you're honest, you don't have to try to be honest. You just are.
right.
Just,
And
just let it freely
10, 11, 30, hey. At 10 o'clock I went to bed. I got woke up by Alex at 11:30, 11:32, something like that. I got in the bed, as he said, Joe had peed before. I went into the bedroom, and I saw that there was pee in the floor, the bathroom light was on. And I told him, Alex, don't worry about it, and then both of you get back in bed.
just to see, that's not exactly what you said.
Joe, you keep trying to change this over and over again, and each time you tell a little bit different. When you tell the truth, you don't have to remember what you said before. Joe, we don't doubt that you love little Joe. You still love him.
I love the boy, I just want him found.
Well, you gotta help us. Okay? We want him found too. You've got to help us. You know what happened. Okay?
I wish I did.
No.
Well, no.
Okay, I would.
See, you know,
We're going backwards.
we're not gullible, okay? We're not just going to believe that.
I know.
And you know, don't disrespect us by saying these things over and over.
You got woke up and you were pissed.
Let's talk about the truth.
Yes, I was a little upset.
Really?
I was upset, but
Be honest.
I was upset, but I wasn't, want to whip him or anything like that. I did not touch Joe.
Look, there have been times I've done it, I wanted to beat my kid's ass. Hands down, I'll tell you. Hands down. So you tell me that you got up in the middle of the night with one of your kids peed on the floor, who's really, Doug's not yours, isn't he?
He is.
He is? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so the other was a stepson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alex was.
Okay, Alex, forgive me. But when you get up in the middle of the night and a kid's peeing on the floor, and I get it, Joe, little Joe, he has problems. And he's not, I know he's gotta be hard to raise. I understand that. But you get up in the middle of the night and little Joe, he has problems, he's hard, he's difficult and trying. You get up in the middle of the night, he's peeing on that floor. And so for you to tell me I was a little upset, ain't no father in this world gonna believe that, okay? Not a single father that's ever been in a situation, anything remotely close, right?
I was
Just be
upset.
honest, and let's use the words you would normally use.
I was upset.
I mean, I'd probably say I'm pissed.
Yeah.
So, but you say whatever words you would normally use, but let's accurately describe it, because we're not doing that. And to not accurately describe it, I have to look at that as a mission too, just like everything else. So, and I know you're worried, I know you are. But what I need you to do is just focus on the truth, because when I say, it gets overused and overplayed so much that it loses a lot of value. But when I say that the truth will set you free, I cannot tell you how much that is true and how much I mean that.
Alright. I was upset when I got woke up. I was upset. I went in there and I didn't touch Baby Joe. I didn't touch Alex. I didn't spank Alex or spank Baby Joe or either one of them. I told them both of them to get back into bed and go back to sleep. That was all that I did.
I need more detail than that, Joe.
And I told Alex not to worry about the pee in the floor.
Look, the level of detail I'm needing,
It's the whole details.
and so if you said, get your butts back in the bed, I know you told me, you said, I told them,
Get your
get your asses back. You say get your asses back in the bed, and tell them. And that's just not the only thing I'm
So I'm
talking about.
trying, I'm trying not to cuss or anything like that, but.
You're not gonna offend us, we've heard everything. in
Buddy,
the-
I can tell you, I probably say same, if not more than you.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, and I told her, I said, get your ass back in bed, and I told Alex, don't worry about the pee. And then I left the room. I left the room, I didn't touch Joe. I didn't purposely unlock the door. I didn't move the coffee table.
Don't tell me the things you didn't do. I want you to tell me the things you did.
I did not spank Joe. I didn't touch Joe. I told him to be back in bed.
I'm not asking about the things you didn't do.
Right.
I'm asking about the things you did.
Right. Okay.
So
I told them to get their asses back into bed. I told Alex, don't worry about the pee. Then I went back to the bedroom and I went back to sleep. And I got woke up again. I felt someone come back in the bedroom about 2:30. Someone came back in the bedroom at 2:30. And I heard a flop on the bed, and it was my wife. And I went back to sleep. I did not leave the house. I got back up at 5:30, and that's when basically I got to 5:30 about, hit the snooze button a few times, just kind of listened to the music a little bit.
see,
Okay.
let me just stop you.
Okay. So, man, that's how nervous I am. I'm a nervous person.
So, again, I'm not worried about you being nervous. I'm not worried about things you didn't do.
He's either going to do something to Joe.
I think you're not telling me the truth.
I didn't do anything to Joe.
I think you're not telling me the truth. In fact, I know you're not telling me. And I sit across from a lot of people. A lot of really bad people. I sit across from people who have killed. And let's talk about children. I sit across and talk to people who kill a lot of children. And they are sick people.
Right. I understand that, you know.
There's a big difference from what I see between them and you. But that's just from what I see. I don't know. Maybe you are one of those people.
No.
Maybe you're one of them. You just haven't gotten to that level yet. I don't know. I don't know you. But I need you to decide, are you one of those people? Are you the type of guy that gets put into a situation that gets out of hand, out of control? You have a lapse of judgment, right? And you do things you regret. Or you're that other guy that likes to hurt children. Like that anymore. Which is it? Is it the first one, someone who wants to hurt children?
No.
Or is it the guy who gets into a situation that's out of his hands, out of control,
Make a mistake.
makes a mistake?
I do make mistakes when, you know, lose judgment. I'll be honest about that.
Yeah.
When
Not making mistakes, man. I mean, gosh.
We're talking about the night on Joe.
I mean, mistakes are mistakes.
I don't remember.
If it was a mistake, it was a mistake. But if it was something where you've been thinking about doing this for weeks,
No.
why didn't you tell me that to do?
I never planned this. I didn't want this to happen. I feared that he would escape somehow. And I've always had that legitimate fear.
Yeah. And, you know, that word there is, I mean, you don't talk about your own son escape. That's not the word you use if you're talking about everyday normal life.
I know.
Stuff that's happened, okay?
He,
Joe deserves, he's somewhere alone. Think about that. And you know where he's at. You can help us bring little Joe home. Joe, be a man. You're better than this, okay?
But, little Joe deserves more.
I know that.
He deserves to properly be laid to rest.
What?
Doesn't he?
They found him?
No. I need you to tell me where he is. I need you to help me find him.
I don't know where he's at. I'm telling you.
Joe, you keep saying it 1,000 times and it's still not the truth.
I don't know where he's at. I don't know where he's at.
You do know where he's at.
No, I don't. I don't know where he's at.
You do know where he's at. It's the last place you took him.
Tell us about the logging road.
The logging road.
Tell us, little Joe is the last place that you took him.
I went to the logging road like a couple weeks ago, but I didn't take him with me.
Well, I'm not talking about, I'm just saying in general, and I may have, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that's, you had said something about the logging roads, the place where you go when you need a thing or something, right?
Yeah, I don't ever take anybody with me.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that, may we approach?
I didn't take them anywhere out of the house. I didn't get in my car that night and take off somewhere. I didn't knock the door to let him out.
Again, I'm not interested in the things you're gonna do.
I'm telling you the truth.
I didn't go on a spaceship to Mars, but I'm not telling people I didn't do it.
What I did do was I got up at 11:32. Alice woke me up.
You were pissed.
Yeah, I was pissed. I went back into their bedroom where the bed they were sleeping in. And I told the rest to get back in the bed. I told Alice not to worry about the pee in the floor.
You cleaned up the pee in the floor.
I did not clean up the pee in the floor.
I said who?
I don't think anybody did.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I didn't clean up the pee on the floor.
We're talking to Crystal too. Talk to the other kids. And we've done a lot of other stuff that you don't even know about. There's a lot of stuff happening right now that you don't know about. So, every time you say, I don't know, or I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I'm telling you the truth, when you're not. And we know those things are not true. You're digging yourself, the hole just keeps deeper and deeper and deeper.
Okay.
I'm reach from the ladder that I'm giving you. I'm trying to give you a ladder to help you climb out of it. You may not think you can. You may think it's too deep, and oh my gosh, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't tell them. I can't tell them the truth. I can't get out of this hole. But trust me,
I'm not going to dig myself any further.
there's not a hole. I have seen people, things much worse than this, okay? And those people take that chance, and they take that opportunity to tell the truth. And they begin to heal, they begin to move forward with it. They're able to do that. And I know they look back on that day and that they're glad that they did it. The only regrets are the opportunities you don't take. This is an opportunity. I want you, because I see the good person in you. I see that you're that caring father. I see that. I see that you're that loving husband. Help me let others see that. And the only way to do that is to finally just come truthful with me and tell me everything.
Okay, starting with what I'm gonna tell you right now. Okay? That night that I got up, I was pissed. I got up out of the bed, followed up to the bedroom. I saw baby Joe. He was laughing. He had beaten before. I was not happy about that. I didn't spank him. I looked at him, and then I looked at Alex and looked back, and I said, both of your asses get back in the bed now. I left the bedroom. I went back to bed. At 2:30, I woke up again. I felt someone, not my wife, get back on the bed. During that time lapse, I didn't feel her out of bed at 1 o'clock or at any time during the night, except for the time that she got back into bed. I didn't feel her back in the bed. What I didn't do then, I went back to sleep. I didn't hear the door slam through the night. I didn't hear the door open, because you can't really hear a door open. I didn't hear the lock hit the toy box. I didn't hear the lock hit that. I didn't hear that either. When I woke up at 5:30, I hit the snooze button twice. I got out of bed. I went and got the clothes, Alex and Joe's. I noticed the coffee table had been moved. Then I put the clothes on the coffee table. I didn't look at the door. I went into the room, and I saw that Joe was missing. I freaked out. I went and looked at the house first. I got Crystal up to come outside with me to try to find baby Joe. We went to the neighborhood, the front, the sale was in my house, right? The neighbors across the diagonal from us and across from us. I went to the neighbor's yard to look around their yard, because that's where he was last time. He had went outside and left the house without us knowing. And the neighbor walked back over. I checked part of the neighbor's yard across the street, and he wasn't there. Took my car. I drove around the area a little bit. I went down the road. And I came back, picked up Alex, looked again, called my dad, then called the police, and reported that he was missing.
So, again, you haven't told me the full truth, Joe.
I have. That's what I just told you.
Then you have to go to bed. You have. You know, I see glimpses of it. I see you start to, and I can see it in you that you're wanting to, and You may even start to think to say it, and then something stops you. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know. But you're not. You're not telling me the truth. You're telling me what you think I want to hear, what you think you've already said, what you think I know, what you think I can prove. I know a lot. I know a lot more than you're telling me.
What do you know?
No, again, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you what I know because it doesn't matter what I know. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to tell you what I know so that you can just go and say, okay, well, I'm not telling that because you said it. I need the truth from you. I told you.
Joe, somebody in your house did something to little Joe that night, and they took him out and put him somewhere. He didn't leave the house on his own. He didn't unlock that door. He didn't climb up on that coffee table, and he didn't go over and find the key, and you talk about how hard it was to unlock that lock. All this didn't happen. Okay? You, Alex, Crystal, somebody did something to little Joe and took him out of that house. And you know where he's at now, okay?
I don't know where he's
Yes, you do.
You, Alex, or Crystal did something to little Joe. Tell us what that is. Tell us what happened to baby Joe.
If you didn't do it, you know who did.
Tell us what happened to baby Joe. You, Alex, or Crystal did something to him.
I didn't do anything to him. I'm telling you the truth.
You, Alex, or Crystal did something to him. And you know. You know what it is, and you know where he is.
I don't know where he is. I'm telling you the truth. I have no idea where he is, where he's at, or anything.
You know what happened to him.
I'm telling you the truth.
You know what happened to him, Joe. You can keep saying, I'm telling you the truth. It doesn't make the truth. It doesn't.
Well, what am I supposed to tell you?
The truth.
The truth.
Be
That's what I'm telling you. The truth.
I don't want you to say the words, the truth. I don't want you to say, I'm telling you the truth. I want you to tell me exactly what happened.
That's what I'm telling you. Okay?
You're still admitting stuff.
I'm trying to figure out, throughout the night what I did, what I've heard.
Did you wake Crystal up and tell him that Alex woke me up and little Joe's pissed in the floor and I'm pissed? You didn't wake her up and tell her that?
No.
Why not?
I just don't, when I get up, I just deal with this. I don't,
So it was you that did something to baby Joe.
No. I didn't do anything to baby Joe.
When Crystal was sleeping, I hate to think Alex did it. I think maybe he did. But you know.
I didn't do anything.
You know what happened to baby Joe. And you know where he is, and you know how he got there. And that's what I need you to tell me. I can't do it for you. I can't put the words in your mouth.
I can't say anything else at this point. I really
But
can't.
you can.
I'm telling you what I remember.
But tell me what you're not.
I'm telling you everything that I remember what happened. Every single
You're
thing.
telling me what you remember because you're worried about being in trouble.
I didn't do anything to baby Joe. Okay? That's what I'm telling you.
You're worried about getting in trouble, and I understand that.
I know.
understand that. But I wish you would believe me when I told you that no matter what you tell me right now, you tell me the truth, and you will walk out that door. You're walking out of here. Okay? I promise you. I can promise you that. No matter what you say to me right now, you're walking out that door.
was upset at Mary Jo for paying him before. I was pissed. I told both of them. I told Alex not to worry about the paying before. But not to worry about Mary Jo paying before. And I told both of them to get their asses back in bed. And I left the room.
Little Joe was standing there laughing about paying it forward. And that would just throw fuel on the fire of already being pissed off and him sitting there laughing at you for having to get up.
But I didn't hurt him. I love my boy so much that I wouldn't do anything.
Evidently you don't, because you know where he's at and you're not having to find him.
I don't know where he's at.
Yes, you do.
I wouldn't have searched for him to find out
People
where
do it
he's
all the
at.
time, Joe. People do it, I mean, like Agent Boyle said, I thought from the beginning, Joe, that you were the person who just made a mistake, but I'm beginning to think now that you just really don't care. You don't care what happened to Joe, little Joe.
I do hear
Because
because
You just worry about yourself.
if you did care, you'd tell us. You know what happened.
You know how to help us find him. You can tell us right now, we'll go to you. But the longer you said you're not helping us, that just goes to show that you don't care.
I care about him. But I'm telling you everything I remember and know.
But you're not. You're not.
What are you going to do?
I want you to tell me the truth.
I am.
But you're not.
I am.
You're leaving a lot out. You're leaving the stuff out that you, for whatever reason, you think you're going to get in trouble if you tell us, and we may think less of you. We're going to judge you. We're not. Okay. I would actually think more highly of you if you tell me the truth.
Okay.
I have sat. I've ended up shaking hands because that's a big move. It's one thing to meet somebody, it's another to say, I respect you. I want to respect you. But I need the truth.
I'm trying to remember what
The whole truth doesn't omit it.
I know. I'm trying to remember what happened after I went into that bedroom. I told Alex not to worry about the pee on the floor. And I told them to get their asses back in bed. I saw Alex get in bed. I did not see Mary Jo get back in bed.
Yeah.
And that's different. So,
I'm trying to remember everything I can think of to help you guys.
where was little Joe standing if he didn't get back in the bed?
He was standing outside the bathroom door.
So here's,
All right, that terminates, first section 86 through 138, so we'll go to 165 through 183. You want to stand up where you are for a second, stretch your legs.
Sir, she needs to use the restroom.
Let's just take a short recess. Everybody, all right?
Thank you.
Recess for bathroom break. Take about 2 minutes.